I remember seeing the Marvel's Avengers reveal at E3 and I was like, the thing I did not like about it the most was the character designs. All the Avengers looked like depressed, midlife crisis, 40 ugly non-hero looking humans. It really turned me off, but then when I saw the leaked gameplay, I was like, yo, this is dope and I'm actually looking forward to it. But now they revealed the game length and
this ain't it, Chief!
Yo, what's good? You already know I'm Ken Wall, and today we're going to discuss how long the game story is going to be, if this is enough for a game like this, and I think there's something a little off with this game's length. Let's get it.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
So this past weekend, Marvel's Avengers had a panel at New York Comic-Con where they showed off Ms. Marvel new skins and revealed the game's main story length, which is said to be only 10 to 12 hours.
How? Hold on, bro. How?
Now, if you include side missions, then it will be 30 hours or more. That's what they said. But to me, I think that is way too short for a story like this that involves multiple main characters and a villain. This is their take on the Avengers, so it's not going to be the exact same, which I do not mind at all. We just need to learn more about them, actually have time with them and the villain of the story. Just look at its predecessor, Spider-Man PS4, clocked in at 16.5 hours. Arkham Knight, 16 hours. Arkham City, which came out in 2011, was 13.5 hours. All those games had great stories and are longer than Marvel's Avengers. I think it's safe to say that when most of us play a superhero game, we mostly are in it for the story. I'm not gonna completely write this game's story off because it could be really good, but to me, this is a big red flag that this story is not going to be all that great because of the time. In gaming, we are getting to the point where story-driven games are becoming really close to movies. It isn't just some linear plot with flat characters. It has character development, it has twists, it has stuff building up to a twist. A twist isn't all that good when there's just no build up to it. And they are allowed to do that certain stuff because of the timing of the game, how long the game is. With the game being long enough, we can have scenes that really develop the characters and build things up for a big payoff at the end. Like I said, Marvel's Avengers plural, there's multiple characters, there's multiple protagonists. It's, first of all, in movies and in TV shows, there's only one lead really. This is different. You have to understand multiple characters and actually root for them. They all have to be different. There's different elements in each character. So we have to have time to really grow and actually like them. We all remember the lead up to the Avengers movie. Iron Man, Thor, even Hulk, Cap, they all had their solo movies. That was because we had to know the characters first because they are a protagonist. We have to feel motivated to actually root for them and actually care for them. I think we all know what you get when you want to introduce a bunch of new characters on top of the villain and other stuff. Marvel's Avengers being 10 to 12 hours, I just got realistic, and this is my prediction on how the story is going to be. It's just not enough time to be wowed by this story like I was with games like Spider-Man, Arkham City, Red Dead 2, and God of War. I just can't wait to get to the point when games can just start clocking in at like 30 hours or something for the main story, just for the main story, because not gonna lie, that's what I'm in there for. I don't really see myself going back to this game, but on the other hand, they are adding post-launch content. This is said to be Crystal Dynamics' largest game, and one of the reasons for that is because they are adding a lot of post-launch content, including skins, game modes, and story content. In case you don't know, when this game first got revealed, they talked about the post-launch plans, and one of the plans was that the narrative will unravel throughout each piece of post-launch content. meaning that the story will still continue after completing the game. So this could mean the game story might end on a cliffhanger, or there's a lot still yet to be figured out, something like that. So you know me, something does not feel right. When something does not feel right, I gotta start looking it up. So as soon as I found out the game's length, that really threw me off because, like I said, they were saying multiple times this game was going to be their biggest game yet, but it seems like it's going to be the same size as their previous one, so that doesn't make any sense. And you know how some people say that DLCs or post-launch updates, whatever, were already in the game, but they just cut it. I usually don't believe that for most games, but for this game, I kind of do. Like I said, they kept saying that this game was their biggest games, but it's the same size as their Tomb Raider games, which is not enough for a game like this, which is narrative focused, and their plans that the narrative will unravel throughout the post-launch content, which is the first time a story game has really done something like that. The closest thing was Spider-Man, and that was it was still pretty much separate. I don't know, we will just have to see how this plays out when the game comes out. But anyways, thank you guys for watching so much. Tell me how long a game should be, a story game should be, in the comments down below. If you haven't checked out my Instagram already, please do so because it really helps me out. Like and subscribe to this video if you liked it, and have a good one, guys. I'm out. Peace. You already know I'm Ken Wall.